What's up, guys? Welcome back to Building with Tyler, and I am bored. And in that case, I am gonna try to make a like Batman grappling hook wrist launcher thingy. Let's get started. The first thing that you are gonna need is a PVC pipe that is about 2.5 inches from here to here, and just about past your just about past your elbow from your wrist. Then you're gonna need to draw a line straight down the center here, and then you're gonna need to cut it on only one side. You're not gonna cut it in half. You're just gonna cut it down the top. Like this, and now you're just gonna get a heat gun, and then you're just gonna slowly heat this up and make it like flattish. So then just enough so then like you can like rest your arm inside of it. So I'm just like using the heat gun, and then just when this is rubbery down here, I'm just gonna get this piece of wood, and then I'm just gonna try to pry it open more. Okay, guys, we just heated it up for a little bit. All you have to do is just go in there for a bit, and then just do this, and then just like let it just sit for a while, and then it'll just slowly just form into that shape. Now that I have your PVC pipe like this, you're just gonna put a mark 3 inches back on each side, and then you're gonna cut not like all the way through the whole thing, but just to the bottom there. Like that. Then you're gonna get the heat gun, and then you're just gonna heat it up along that line there, and then you're gonna fold it over so it has like a little wall here. When you get it, since it's all rubbery like that, you're just gonna bend it over and then just let it dry. To make it a bit more strong and to just make it look a little bit cooler, I just added a little bit of duct tape to keep this from flapping up once it gets like hot or something. And also, so then your arm can fit in there better, I just put an empty roll of duct tape on it, and then I just taped it on with more duct tape so you can just slide your hand in there. And then I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna add like a handle here or something so then it can like hold on better, but now it doesn't slip out the back. And now what I'm gonna do is I just have this little piece of like a fiberglass driveway post that I use for like my bow, and then for my last video for like the fishing rod. And then I'm just gonna drill a hole right about there, and then I'm just gonna push it through, and then I can just hold on to that so then it doesn't, so my hand just doesn't slip out. And then I'll also have to cut it to size too. Here we go. Now the fist is done. Now we just need to work on the little grappling hook launcher part. And for that, we are just gonna need one of these little bungee cord things. It is just like a small bungee cord with a little ball here. The next step is they're just gonna cut a little notch at the very front of the fist, so then you can just slide the ball in. Just gonna set it here, just slowly just saw away at it. Like that. And now we're just gonna put some duct tape, a thin piece of duct tape over right there, so it doesn't pop out. Here we go. I added a bit more duct tape than I said. I just added a bit there, and then I added a bit here too, so it doesn't just wobble around. This isn't really needed though. Just helps it a tiny bit from hitting my hand. Now, just have to go through, wrap my fingers around that, and then I'll just have to pull back with my hand, and then I'll just have to wrap it in that little thing there, and then whatever's in the little thing would fire. The next step is just get a PVC pipe just a tiny bit smaller than the glove thing, and then I'm just gonna have to duct tape it on. The way I'm gonna do it is I'm just gonna get a big strip of tape, about this long. Then I'm gonna rip it in half, so now I have two equally sized pieces of tape. And now I can do each side with just the same amount of tape without having to waste that much. It's kind of hard to tape it on at first. Then when you start wrapping it, it gets better. I'll put it up here, actually. Here we go. That looks really, really nice. Okay, guys, this is the time that we have all been waiting for. The time to make the little grappling hook. The first thing that you are going to need to do is to cut out a 1x1 square, and then the supplies that you are going to need are these little like pegboard holder thingies. I think that these are, well, yeah, these work for this pegboard. They just slip right in there like that, and then you can just hold your stuff on it. So you're just going to need about 3 of those, and now let's cut out that good old jigsaw. Okay guys, now you're gonna get a drill bit the same size as that thing there. Then you're gonna drill it on only 2 sides of your piece of wood, the same exact length as that too. It doesn't have to be exact because then it'll just stop when it needs to be, but just like this, slowly, or else the wood will crack. Go one side, now you have to do the other side. There we go. Now we're just gonna get this, press it in that side, and then that, press it in that side. Okay guys, after get those drilled and those just set in there, you're gonna get some duct tape, and then you're just gonna wrap it a bunch of times around, because then it should be strong enough. Because duct tape is actually really, really strong. And you have to have them both facing the same way and at the same angle, or else it won't work. You just have to wrap it around a lot. Like that. Now you're gonna get an even thinner piece of duct tape, and you're gonna wrap it around those bottom 2 things there, like this, over and over again until that's sturdy. Now the next thing that we're gonna do is we're just gonna get one of these hooks here. It was just this hook that was more in that, it was like more like a loop. I just like flattened this end a tiny bit, and it was more like a hookish type of thing. And now you're just gonna get a drill bit the same size as those ridges there, and drill it in at the top, about right there. You don't have it too close to the edge, or else it'll break. And just start drilling it in just a little bit. Then you're gonna get that hook thing and screw it in. And there we go. Now that is where we can loop our bungee cord thing and fire it. Okay guys, sorry about how the scenery changes every single time. Now the next step is just get a little piece of rope or string. This is kind of thin string, but it should do good, because it is kind of strong actually, then you're just gonna tie a bunch of knots. You don't want this to be a weak knot at all. I'm gonna do like 18 or so. One on the left side, another one on the left side. I'm just gonna switch it under and do it like 18 more times. Okay guys, we are almost at the last step. Well, this is the last step, but we have one more decoration piece to add to it. But all you have to do now is just get a drill bit and drill it into the back of the little PVC pipe that we have, the PVC pipe there. And you cannot go all the way through, just about right there, and just quickly just pop through. It's not as quick as I thought. There we go. Now, you're gonna get the back end of your string, twist it up so it doesn't all come undone, and then just drop it down the back here. There we go. Now you're just gonna get it about right here. It's kind of hard to loop it through that hole, because you might have to get like a paper clip or something and just help you out a tiny bit. But I think that I can get it. Okay guys, see you when I have gotten it. Okay guys, got the string tied. Now all you have to do is just try to get all the string inside of the PVC pipe. Should take a kind of long time, but patience is key. And then when we have this done, it's time to test it. Okay guys, all the string is loaded up in this tube here. This first grapple test is I'm gonna try to get I don't have enough string, but it was gonna get there. I just have to make a tiny bit more string. Something that I added onto this is that I just put a layer of duct tape about here, because then for some reason it always like grabs it like does not let go of the grappling hook and then just throws it down. So then this should make it just go forward more. And I also added a little rubber band looping under there that loops all the way around up here, so then it can hold on to that hook, so then it doesn't like flop around and stuff. And then all you have to do is just loop that off, just let it dangle, and then you can use the grappling hook. What I just did is I just added a bunch more string to it, because I said that there wasn't enough string. It adds a tiny bit more weight, but it still shoots pretty far-ish. But now we're just gonna cover the whole entire thing with duct tape. I was gonna paint it, but then knowing how paint doesn't really stick to duct tape well, I'm just gonna duct tape it all. Like this. Now all of it's covered and it looks pretty neat. Now we just have to go test it. Okay guys, this is gonna be the last test. The fully done grappling hook launcher. Let's see if I can get to the fence over there. Yep, now when you pull it. I actually could have gone back to like here. So then all you have to do is pull it back a lot. Latch on. There we go. And it's a little grappling hook. Okay guys, this part isn't really needed, but I just think that it would be cool. But the first thing that you will need is just one of these little things here. And now what we're gonna need to do is you're just gonna clamp it in like a vise, like that. And then as you can see, there's no space in between there. We're just gonna get it so there's a tiny bit of space by just hammering out. Then if you do that for a bit, you should get a tiny bit of space. Like this, and then you're gonna get a drill bit a little bit smaller than that, and then you're gonna drill it into the top of a piece of wood like this, a thin and long piece of wood. Like this little thing here. And I also cut a tiny little groove in this side, so like the string can get in there easier. Now you're just gonna go to the very back, about right there, and then you're gonna drill a hole all the way through it. And you're gonna use a slightly bigger bit than our other one. I have like 80 drill bits over there. Just gonna move it up, maybe halfway. There we go. And now we have this piece done. Now we're gonna get the fist thing, and then we're gonna drill a hole right there and there next to the duct tape roll thing. It's about more on the right, like the right side, and sorry because I can't really tape any of this because it takes me both hands to do this. Now we're just gonna get a really long piece of string. We can cut it down later. Just snip it off. And then you're gonna, string just fell. And then you're gonna loop it through those two holes you made right there. And then you're gonna tie it on the outside there. The knots have to be on the top like that. Then you're just gonna get some duct tape, wherever my roll of duct tape is. Then you're just gonna put a thin strip over it so you can't really see it. Like that. Then you're gonna get this piece here that we just made. Put it over one side of the hole, like that. Then you're gonna get a little drill bit. Just gonna push it through. Like that, then you're just gonna tie a couple knots. Like that. And just because on this channel, we love duct tape, we're gonna add some duct tape. Gonna use my technique of just ripping it 3 times. And then getting a long piece of duct tape from a super small piece. Then you're just gonna wrap it around the very bottom. It might be a little bit of overkill, but it works. And then all you have to do is just loop it around a bunch of times, and then you just have to attach the hook onto one of the strings. And now I will go show you what this is for. All right, we are gonna try to grapple that fence over there. I have all the string out because it kind of helps with like with friction. Let's see. There we go. Now all we have to do is just pull it back. There we go. Now that is tied on. Now you have to get your little thing like this, the thing that we just attached. Then I'm gonna loop it around the deck here. I'm gonna loop it around. Yeah, I'm gonna have that right there. And I have to loop it around this one, like that. And now we have a little zip line. Alrighty guys, this worked really nice. It can fly like 25 feet easily, and I think that this is one of the coolest things that I've made. And when I can get the string switched out with maybe like cable and stuff, this can be a actual grappling hook gun. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure to like and subscribe.